Hi there, we're going to take a second look at multi-step equations. These examples are going to be a little bit different than what we have seen before. In these problems, we are going to have variables and numbers on both sides of our equal sign. So before, we had had all of our variables on one side of the equal sign. Now we're going to have variables and numbers on both sides. First off, let's do a little bit of review over what we said about multi-step equations in the last video. So first off, if the variables are on the same side, we were going to combine them normally. So for instance, if we have 7x plus 5 minus 3x equals 12, well, this 7x and the minus 3x are on the same side of the equal sign. They're both on the left side over here. So we just want to combine those normally. So we would do 7x minus 3x. Well, 7 minus 3 is 4. So we get 4x. We don't change the 5, so we just bring it down. So we have 4x plus 5. The equal sign doesn't move, and the 12 doesn't change, so we bring that down as well. So when the variables are on the same side, we just combine them normally, adding and subtracting. However, what we're looking at today, the variables will not be on the same side. When the variables are on opposite sides of the equal sign, we want to use inverse operations. So we want to cancel out the variables on one side to bring them over to the other side. For instance, right here, I have 4 plus 2x equals 6. Well, if I want to solve this out, I'm going to want to cancel out this 2x that's on this side right here. So to cancel this out, I need to do an inverse operation. I need to subtract 2x. So we subtract this on both sides. These will cancel out. And then over here, 6x minus 2x will give me 4x. On the left side, the only thing remaining is this 4 here, so we can go ahead and bring that down. So now I have 4 equals 4x. Well, to get x by itself, I need to divide by the number that's in front of it. In this case, it's 4, so I'm going to divide both sides by 4. We know that these two are cancel out, but 4 divided by 4 is also just 1. So that means x is going to equal 1. So here's my solution to this problem. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more examples. These ones are going to be have a few more numbers to them, so make sure you pay attention and write all of this down. So here, notice, we've got both numbers and variables on both sides. I've got 6x minus 5 and 3x minus 8. I want to get all of my variables to one side. I want to get all of my numbers to the other side. It doesn't matter which one I pick. I can get all of my variables to the left and all of my numbers to the right, or I could get all of my variables to the left or all of my variables to the right and all of my numbers to the left. It works out to be the same thing both directions. I'm going to choose to get all of my variables to the right and all of my numbers to the left. So I'm going to start by getting rid of the x that's on the left side. So I'm going to cancel this out using inverse operations. Since I have minus 5x, I'm just going to add 5x. Now I need to do the same thing on the other side of the equation, on the other side of the equal sign. So since I added 5x here, I also need to add 5x here. So these two will cancel out, and 3x plus 5x will give me 8x. I didn't change the negative 18, so I can bring this down. My equal sign stays in the same place, and then this 6 here didn't change at all, so I can bring this down as well. So now I have 6 equals 8x minus 18, and this is really just a two-step equation like we've been working with for the past week. So we're going to go ahead and solve this the same way as all of those other ones. I'm going to add 18 on both sides. Remember, we want to do any addition and subtraction first before multiplication or division. So we're going to add 18 to both sides. And 6 plus 18 will give me 24. And then on the right side, the only thing remaining is the 8x. So I'm just going to rewrite this up in the corner here so I got a little bit more room. So to get x by itself, I've got one more step. I need to get rid of this 8. So since the 8 and the x are multiplied, I'm going to divide both sides by 8. And when I divide 24 by 8, I get 3. So x will be equal to 3. Alright, if you think you can solve out this last problem, go ahead and try it out, but I'm going to go through it as well. This time, I'm going to choose to get all of my variables on the left side and all of my numbers on the right side. So I'm going to start by canceling out my variable that's on the right. Since I want all of my variables on the left, I have to cancel out the ones on the right. So I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. These two will cancel out. And then 2x minus 6x will be negative 4x. We didn't change this plus 3 here, so we can just bring it down. Our equal sign stays in the same place, and we bring down the 7 as well. Once again, this is really just a two-step equation, so I'm going to start by getting rid of the 3 here. I'm going to subtract 3. These will cancel out, and 7 minus 3 will give us 4. On the other side, I'm still going to have negative 4x. Lastly, to get x by itself, I need to divide by the number in front of x. So I'm going to divide by negative 4 on both sides of the equal sign. Those cancel out. I'm left with x. But positive 4 divided by negative 4 will give me a negative 1. So my solution here is x equals negative